Guys, do you want to guess where I am? Good morning. I got a little surprise for you today. Back in Bethsaida for the dig because it's closing down shortly. And then we have a retreat tomorrow, so I can't come tomorrow. And I just want you to get a little feel for this extraordinary discovery that's going on here. Some surprises are turning up, and obviously it's not totally surprised because it could be expected. This young man is here. Hello, what's your name? Johan. Where are you from, Johan? Hong Kong. Welcome. Huan Ying. Huan Ying. That's welcome, no? How do you say welcome in Chinese? Welcome. Is that Huan Ying? I'll have to ask your dad. Okay. So this young man is mapping out a new square here. They're going to expand the excavation over to here because they're trying to figure out the discovery of new mosaics here where the team is on the floor. This is Melissa from Washington. She's also a Sunrise Stroll and Chat follower, and I invited her to say hello. You're on the other side of the camera today, Melissa, here at the Sunrise in Bethsaida. Tell us the story. How did you get to come here?
Well, it was pretty crazy. I've been following the dig because I was so excited to see that there might be an alternative Bethsaida site, because the other one, it's up on a hill and not near the water. So this just seemed so much more likely. And then they started finding all these amazing things. And last season when they found the mosaic that said, dedicated to the chief of the apostles, the keeper of the keys of heaven, it was like, oh my gosh. Okay, so I got very excited, and I'm a theological student at the Augustine Institute, and so I contacted AI and I said, could I get credit for coming on this dig? And they said yes. So I signed up to come, and I'm taking it as a class with Dr. Notley, and it's been awesome. It's just been a life-changing experience for many reasons. One is waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and the second one is I've never appreciated water or the Sabbath more in my whole life. Everyone should have to do hard physical labor in the heat for at least a week in their life to appreciate water and a Sabbath. So I now have very, very high regard for those things. And it's just so beautiful because every time I pick something up, I think, oh my gosh, Jesus could have touched this, because we were down in the Roman layer. We got down to the 1st century layer in my other square. And it's just kind of mind-blowing to think how old these things are.
You see the Sunrise Stroll and Chat sometimes at home, do you?
Yes, yes.
So you have to say something about this because you're with the...
Yes. And it's so exciting to be with Father Eamon Kelly in person here on the site and seeing the sunrise with Father Eamon Kelly and just, the experience of being in the Holy Land.
And how long are you following the Sunrise Stroll and Chat?
Oh, gosh, since the beginning. Really. So okay. Because I bring pilgrims.
Since God created the world.
That's right. But I've been bringing pilgrimage groups, and so everybody gets so excited because they meet you, and then they, follow you, and they feel like they're still here. So it's such a nice link between coming and then going back home, but you still feel like your heart's here. So.
Thank you, Melissa.
Thank
We'd
you,
love
Father.
to have you on for more time, but we need to get this.
Oh yeah, well, pray for us. We keep finding amazing things.
Okay, God bless you. Thank you so much, Melissa. Achia, you'd like to say something?
Yeah,
here.
Sure. Good morning.
Good morning.
You're live, I guess.
Yeah, you're live. Achia, I'm going to swing around here so we can, because of the sunlight. Yeah, exactly.
So, prayers are very good. Do believe in that, but it's also lots of hard work. And if you do hard work, you get...
I just want to tell our people, Achia spoke with us last year when we were on the dig here, and he had just completed his doctorate brilliantly on Byzantine churches. And Achia is an Israeli archaeologist and a tour guide as well. He takes people around. Are you formerly a tour guide, or are you just a specialist as an archaeologist?
I'm an archaeologist, and I very much like to take people on the more specialized
tours. Yeah.
Yeah, if you really want to get to know the first century in context, in the Holy Land,
right,
from an archaeologist who really knows, you know, pottery and mosaics and so on.
Okay.
So I'll be very glad to take you around here. Yeah.
So Achia, what's the novelty here today? What can, at the end of this short season right now, what can you tell us? What can you share about the site?
So archaeology is full of surprises. As we conclude the season, we think we know something, then we dig a bit more, and there are questions which we answer, and new questions arise because we have now walls that do not fit any other wall of the Byzantine monastery church that was here, and we are now just considering whether we had an earlier church built beneath it, and which could be a very early church and maybe built on the house of Peter
before
in,
Byzantine
Bethsaida.
times.
In the early Byzantine times.
Okay.
This is just an hypothesis that
because you have the one near Megiddo, right?
Yeah.
So
I would compare it more to Tabcha,
okay,
the church in Tabcha, which is 4th century.
Right.
The early pilgrimage movement, which comes to the Holy Land. And this is just, you know, a wild assumption, but
yes,
we are always throwing assumptions because we need to think how can we excavate, what dirt should we move to prove or not, or disprove whatever it is. Yes.
Mm-hmm. So there's talk about the Roman layer that's being discovered in this dig.
So when we go down beneath the Byzantine monastery built in the honor of Peter, we find a very nice Roman layer all over the site. Lots of finds, lots and lots of finds. What you expect from a Jewish village of the 1st century.
You also have Jewish finds, specifically Jewish finds.
Yeah, because what we have as the Jews in the 1st century were very strict about purity. They used separate tools that nobody else used.
Vessels.
Stone tools to begin with.
Really? Mm-hmm.
Stone tools in the Jewish law, stone cannot be impurified, unlike pottery. So they had a special industry of stone vessels for the kitchen. Don't have it any other place. And we had a complete stone vessel yesterday. And with it goes Jewish oil lamps of the 1st century. And all this comes in lots and lots of complete glass jars and working tools. And all of the 1st century is 1st and 2nd and early 3rd century of the Jewish village, and maybe Julius of Rhodus Philippus built on it, with it. And so the finds are amazing this season, and actually all the seasons.
You're always making news headlines.
Yeah, I think it's one of the,
it's important.
When you come and doing hard work, you get lots of awesome finds, very important finds. I think we rewrite some of the history of Galilee.
Just one little thing that fascinated me last year or 2 years ago, you were telling me that how many Byzantine period churches are now identified here in the region.
So we have a pilgrimage site in the eastern Galilee, in the Jewish region where Jesus was active. We have about 20, if I'm not mistaken, something like that, which are all pilgrimage sites. Mm-hmm. And when you go to the Western Galilee, which is local Christian communities, we have at least hundreds.
Wow! And in the whole country, in the whole area.
And if you go all around,
like to the Negev.
Today, I think the list today of Byzantine churches in the whole of Israel is about 650 churches altogether.
Wow. Yeah, you showed me the map. It was amazing to see all the little signals of the churches. Amazing. Yeah. Achia, thank you so much for so much time. I know you're busy this morning wrapping up the dig here.
Running the excavation is, but it's fun.
And also you're concluding, so it's you're finishing tomorrow, right?
Thursday.
So but that's the wrap-up day. You're cleaning up and closing.
Thursday will be less excavating, but we still have a good 2 days of excavating.
So you might have more surprises.
Definitely, we will have.
Okay.
Every day we have supplies.
Okay, I might be back on Thursday.
Yeah, please do.
Okay, God
And you
bless.
can also follow, I mean, if you want the updated, Araj, Facebook and site and
So WhatsApp me that and I'll put it into the text.
true, and
Okay.
Maya, and look for Dr. Achia Kohn-Tavor, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube.
Okay.
Also trying to
Send me the
update.
link right now on your WhatsApp, and then I'll put it into the thing. The two links for the Araj and for yourself. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Araj. And what's this guy's name?
This is my son.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah.
And what's your name? Elad. Naimiot. Naimiot.
Elad and Avishai, my two older sons, are working.
Where's Avishai?
Avishai runs area D on the other side.
Oh wow! So he's advanced in archaeology.
Yeah, he's advancing, and they do most of the around the excavation, all the hard stuff.
And so you just put in a peg here to mark a new section, Elad, right? Excellent. Are you in high school still or in college? Oh, fantastic. What a great education. God bless you. So, Naimiot. We'll see you later. I'm going to walk through the dig here, but I can't show you too much because that's a principle here. Publishing new discoveries belongs to the Antiquities Authority or the head archaeologist involved. I better just get like this here. That's good. Oops. So this is just a little bit of a mosaic, but I can't show you. I'm not going to dwell on it. So here we have Matti. Where is? I have one more person I want to get, Matti Aviam and Steve Nutley as well.
Again, we have a couple of examples of the earlier mosaics that they're digging there along the edges. And then, of course,
this is the apse area.
From the very beginning, when I started uncovering this, I said, this is something different. It doesn't match anything else in the church, and it's so simple, it seems to have been earlier. Now the archaeologists have come up with the fact that yes, this is the earliest, this represents the church.
I just want to interrupt, but it might be interesting for you even to hear his answers as well. This is Steve Notley. We've had Steve many times, or a number of times before, also here at Bethsaida and other places. And Steve he was blessed to have the genius intuition that this is Bethsaida. And where are we now with the development of that intuition, Steve? Steve is a professor in New York, Professor Steve Notley. And
I mean, we're in the process right now. They're digging a lot outside of the walls, trying to figure out. We have several stages in the development of this church, and they're thinking now that they may have outside of this existing northern wall, that they have an earlier wall of the church, that the church undergoes some kind of destruction. I mean, we don't have evidence of violence or earthquake, but something happens to the church such that it needs to be renovated. Most of the mosaics here belong to that renovation. Again, we had the medallion, not the famous one from last summer, but we have one here in the middle of the floor that speaks to the, giving honor to the bishop. Unfortunately, the bottom half is gone, so we don't know his
name
or the date, which would be helpful. But it does tell us about the renovation of the church. So we know that significant renovations went on. But as I was telling you over there previously, our focus, the team up here, has been focused on the apse. The apse the mosaics you see there belong to the earliest.
I'm not going to show the mosaics, right? I'm not supposed to.
You can show that.
I can show this. I got permission from Steve Notley to show this. I can't believe it.
This is
guys, look at this. I never realized I could show you this. This is amazing.
This is from the earliest stage of the church, and you can see that the design is different. The colors are different. It's in the. It's more of a simple patchwork with the crosses you can see, of course, around through here. Yesterday we had water on it, and the colors are very vibrant. But their understanding is that this is the earliest stage of the church, and then it undergoes some renovation. I was telling them one of the stark things is the this wall, they're thinking now this structure belongs to the earliest stage of the church, and then it's covered. And it's covered with the brown dirt, the stones, and then what's really remarkable is the black, fine silt from the shoreline. They've brought it here, and one gets the sense as you're digging it through it that they intentionally wanted to preserve it. They're not just covering.
There's a phenomenon like that in Magdala, because there was I understand that the soil inside our synagogue was actually brought in. It's different than the soil around it. I've never seen anything written on that yet.
That's interesting. But this, they seem to want to have preserved it, and then covered it with the mosaics. So what's underneath there, we don't know. We'll probably find out in the coming months to explore and see what they're wanting to preserve. That is a question we're still trying to resolve.
So give us just one like 2-sentence summary of, let's say, your dream. We're going to find Bethsaida here. In the process, how far along are we in the process? Where's it going?
I think there's 2 stages. One is trying to answer some of the lingering questions regarding the church, the development of the church. There seems to be several stages. And of course, there's a whole other team about 150 meters west of us that is digging down through clearly Roman. Unlike here, as you move away from the church, as you dig a few centimeters below the surface, you immediately encounter Roman remains, 1st, 2nd, 3rd century. So we're hoping to uncover more of that, to understand something of the village. They found over there stone vessels, which speaks to a Jewish population, as one would expect, a Jewish fishing village. So we're trying to expand out and try to understand something of the 1st century village of Bethsaida.
Excellent, Steve. Thank you so much. Tell me, do you know where Matti is? Is he probably over in the southern dig?
Yeah, I don't know what happened to him.
I don't see him around.
He's gone over to the other area D.
Because you had a visitor come in, maybe he took him over there.
Achia, Moti is in area D, or?
Moti is in area D, yes.
Okay, so that's about 3-minute walk, is it?
Yeah, it's 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Okay, I'll head over there then. Will you want to come with me? Or I'll go. No.
I can take you.
Okay, thank you.
I'm anyway on the way there.
What's the easiest way to get out of here? By the mosaic corner? Okay.
Like you came. Be careful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bless you.
See, I'll be back for the Instagram post.
And then, were you serious about putting them to work?
Yeah, give them some work to do. They need to.
No, that's Achia's job. He's the field director.
If you want, that's up to you guys.
That's up to Achia.
No, we just have a few minutes. But maybe it's over in the southern side. It's better because there they can do less damage.
That's a great vote of confidence.
It's also crowded here, right? In terms of space. Guys, I want to say a word about the readings on the way over. We have the readings today with about God's mercy. It's extraordinary. And it applies both to the first reading and the second reading. So 1,200 years before Christ, this whole logic of the whole gift of mercy, discovering God's heart through time, His mercy. And the way the discovery of Bethsaida is also a beautiful gift. You could also see it as a kindness of God to us to renew our enthusiasm, our excitement about the biblical story. Look at all this stuff coming in here, all these documents. A lot of academic work involved with excavations and archaeology. Hello there. That was your son, is it? From Hong Kong. Yeah, I said Huan Ying, but he didn't understand my Chinese. Good to see you again.
Yes, good to see you.
Oh, there's Matti. Matti, I wanted to get your word of wisdom here before. Hello? Oh, he's on the phone here. The sun is rising over Bethsaida. This is special. The water has gone receded here. You know, even a drop of half a meter makes a big difference here on the sea. That's good news for the archaeologists because it keeps the site dry.
Yep.
It's a problem for you guys when the water levels rise here. It makes the discoveries now continue to increase the urgency of finding a good solution for that issue, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. We really need. I mean, the water level is definitely limiting our excavations. That's why we work at the summer and also at October.
Right. It's
when the water level is lower.
Right.
So that's Avishai, my second son.
Who's sitting down?
And he says they have something exciting coming up.
Fantastic.
What do you have? An inkwell. Wow. Okay.
What's this? Can we show this on the camera and the live, or better not?
Yeah. I have never excavated any of these before.
Wow.
You can see there's a hole to it, and you see the rim is slanting in. And
so there's a place for a lid.
There's a very firm base to it. So it won't trip over. And this is an inkwell.
Wow. How do you know it's an inkwell?
Smell it. Dip your...
Guys, we're at an exciting moment here. You know, most of these...
The gospel was written here.
Well, one second. Most of you guys never did what I did. In our school desks in the 1880s, they were made in the 1880s. And they had inkwells, and we wrote with a pen that we dipped in the ink, and that's how we learned to write the letters when we were children.
With a feather?
No, it was some form of metal tip in it, but it was a pen that that's how we learned. And my sister is here; she can give witness that that's true.
Just remind you, don't spread it all over the world now on
it's
the
online.
internet. That's online. Oh my God!
It's too late, Marty. But they said it's okay. The head guy said it's okay.
That's
wow, this is an exciting moment.
Proves one important thing.
Tell us, Marty.
That they were very educated fishermen.
Well, what time is it? What time is it from?
This is Avishai. What level did it?
I'll show you.
Your square? It's your square, so it's second early third century.
Second to early third century. Okay. He's just pointing over there.
It's not the gospel. It's Gospel of Thomas, perhaps. Or the Evangelium of James.
It belonged to someone from the 1st century who inherited it to someone from the 2nd century. Because he died in 99. He moved to the 2nd century.
Matti, give us one word on the site right now. After all we've been through so far, because we had Melissa spoke from the dig, and Achia spoke, and Steve.
You all heard from my other colleagues who are working here and doing a great job. And we did some more progress on both sides, both the Byzantine era of the church and here at the Roman period, Bethsaida. We're digging here houses, private houses from the 2nd, 3rd and 1st, 2nd centuries in 2 layers. And we have everything what is needed. We have dated coins from the 1st century BCE to the 1st century CE, and the 2nd layer we have coins from
okay, CE means a Christian era, it means AD. So just to get it, just for simplicity's sake for the majority of listeners.
CE is AD. And we are every day we dig in those parts of the dig. We have more and more evidence that we are right in our identification, that Araj is a much better candidate to identify Bethsaida Biblical Bethsaida rather than Ethel. And we will continue for a few more seasons and doing our best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Marty. Really appreciate it. Guys, I'm going to say goodbye. Maybe we should just ask these two ladies here to... Angie and Celine, do you want to say something?
I was just looking at the inkwell, and I remember that an important part of the inkwell is when you're pulling out the pen, which is made of wood, and then it has a little groove inside where the nib goes right in there. Then you dip it in the ink, but you've too much ink on your nib, so you have to touch the side, and if you notice the sides are inclined, it's perfect for the ink to go back into the well because you don't want to lose a drop of that ink.
And we called it an inkwell, right?
An inkwell, yeah.
That's right. I just remembered that now.
Yes.
You see, Matty? Oh yeah, Steve. You're laughing at me. You're a New Yorker.
I'm not laughing at you. I never laugh at you.
That's true. Well, that's true. That was unfair. That was an unfair accusation. It was too heavy an accusation. Wonderful. Thank you all, guys.
You're joking with me. No.
God bless you all, guys. It's just wonderful. What a morning here at Bethsaida at the Sea of Galilee. Angie, did you want to say something? Have you any word of wisdom?
Hello.
Angie is on our team Magla for years, and she's a consecrated woman together with my sister Celine. And so I just wanted to give Angie a chance. She has been a major role at Magdala, wonderfully helpful in all her gifts.
Well, I'm leaving this Friday. I'm going now for a month for vacation and other things, and then I'm coming back, and then I will leave in September 7th.
Tell us something about your impression of Bethsaida.
Well, it's very beautiful to think that we're here in the town where Peter and Andrew were grown up, and I think it might be the church that we saw. They say that there's something underneath, and maybe Peter's house. So I think it could be because it's very close to the lake. And
thank you, Angie.
I like it a lot.
Wonderful. We wish you many blessings for your new mission, but we can talk more about that another time.
Thank you.
God bless you all, guys. It's been a pleasure to be here this morning and have you all join us here at sunrise.